Hey folks, hi. This morning, Wednesday, our favorite day of the week. It's hump day. Day 7 of work in the truck. And I'm gonna wash it here in a little bit, but I've got to run uptown real quick because yesterday I went to jack the cab up to check out. I've got a slight antifreeze drip. And went to jack the cab up. Boom, boom, boom. Started raising, got to a certain spot, then boom, I lost pressure and I blew one of the lines up there, which I'm gonna go and change real quick, and then I gotta run uptown and have a new one made, because right here where that big line is, which I'll get up there closer and show you in a minute, blew, and it runs back here and goes up to the jack. So I've got to get under here and get this thing changed out right here. There was a big puddle, and I guess I didn't park exactly where I did yesterday, or maybe I did and it just went into the ground. Right here, this bad boy right here from rubbing up against this line blew out, so it's just a 9/16 fitting. Crank that off right there, and I gotta pull it out, and of course it's the line that's up in the frame and stuff, so I'll probably end up rerouting it. But give me a second, let me get some tools and gloves on. And it's 35 out, feels like 27, so it is warmer. The high is 40 today, so I should, you know, be okay washing the truck. I got everything out, so I can let it kind of unthaw, because the lines are probably froze up from water being in there and stuff. But I've got to run and grab some degreaser and soap while I'm up there, so I can get it on the frame and stuff and get some of this grimy crap out of there, because it is gross and it needs done. I gotta get some of this salt off here, because it's just doing work on my shit. So yeah. It is. We doing it. Alright, so we're back down here, and gotta get this thing off. Hopefully it just comes there no problem, and it ain't too much of a pain in the butt. Okay, that's tight and that's loose. Yeah, it's gonna come right off, no problem. And this is probably the original one. Oh yeah, just twisting that off with my hand. Oh crap, I gotta get something. Cut that zip tie that's right there, and should be able to start pulling it out, figure out which one it is for the back. For the back, it's on that jack, because that's the line. It's on the jack. I'm just not exactly sure which one it is, and these things are nice and stiff, so that's always fun. Having stiff lines that are stuck in there. And I thought to myself, worst case scenario, I just gotta cut the freaking thing off. And it's hard to get under here because I don't have a ton of room, because there's just no room in here with this tire. And if I need to, I can crawl under there. Other than that, the truck's been running okay. Super windy yesterday, and dumped some Lucas. Finally stopped and got me some of that Lucas fuel injector cleaner and stuff, and this thing seemed to be running a lot better when I added that than when it does without it. So always got to keep that stuff in there, especially in the winter time when you're adding those fuel additives, because I mean, a power service does good for the truck, but it just doesn't run the same when it's got that fresh clean fuel in it. Even though it's fresh and clean fuel, that power service, I don't know, it does a good job keeping the fuel from gelling up. And oddly enough, I've seen a lot of posts and heard a lot of people talking about their filters gelling up and their trucks gelling up and stuff, and it's like, do not add that stuff. And they say, well, I go to this place and it's got this diesel, and You know, they add, yeah, I know they add stuff at the truck stops and stuff, but it's just not enough, because as much diesel as they're mixing their additives with, it just doesn't cover enough. You still need some stuff in your tanks to keep that from gelling up. So I'm gonna try to get this off. I don't know, it's down in the frame, like I said. It's one of these lines. Okay, so it's this line right here. So then it is the top one. So I guess I'll undo the top one and I'll see if I can't snake that out. And I did find another. I did see another. Oh, great. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, this thing's just gonna pull right out of there. Son of a buck. Well, yep, not fun. Well, I got it off. I'm gonna measure it real quick. It's just laying on the ground here. Get a rough estimate of what it is. The length, looks like 9.9. We're gonna say 10 foot long. So that should be good enough. And I'm just gonna cut one of the ends off, because I don't necessarily need to take the whole thing with me. And you know, right here is the bad spot where it was rubbing in. You know, it's the original one, because it's still got some of that blue paint on there from the frame. But yeah, this stuff, it lasts long enough. But you know, for 32 years old, you know, it's bound to happen. Anything that's 32 years old is gonna have stuff that start to break down and wear off on you. So I'm gonna cut this, run uptown real quick, have one made from the place that I always get my shit made when I have need lines and stuff like that, so I can come back and do that and get that cab jacked up, so I can some degreaser on that engine and get that thing washed up. So I'll be back. Well, I'm back. Just ran uptown and got the line, brand new, 10 foot. I get it from Machinery Services Company in Auto LLC over here in Defiance. I walk in, tell them what I need, I'm out of there within 10 minutes. Cost me $78, but they're super quick, man. And I talked to the guy and I said, if you write down, you know, the size on the back of a business card, I'll stick it in, because I usually take a little baggie with the end that I cut off in there. That way they can use that for reference. He says it's just a 1/4 inch fitting. So, and he's like, it'll be on the receipt. So just look up the receipt, call me up, let me know the size you need, how long, and I'll make it for you. That way by the time you get up here, it'll already be done. And I said, that's cool. So I'll remember that. But you know, if there's anything else on the truck that goes down, I'll just take it off and take it up there like I did this one. That's what I usually do, but that was cool that he said that. So I'm gonna go throw this on off camera because it's windy out and I don't feel like you need to hear that when I'm trying to do that. So then I can get that thing jacked up. So that's what I'm talking about, progress. Well, I got that line ran, everything's on. I actually got it right back in where it came out of, so that was nice. And I noticed this guy right here goes up to the same jack from here all the way up to that. And I should button that thing up and tighten it up. And when I fill this thing up, this is all I do. I just take an empty water bottle, which is cleaned out obviously, and put ATF in there because this is such a small freaking thing. And I just dump this in here slowly, and this thing will bubble out until it's full pretty much. That way I got the juice. I need to get this thing up, check the oil, because the way the bars are on this, I can't get to the, no, that's already spitting out and over, no, air bubble. And I guess it's okay if I get dirty because, well, I'm gonna wash it. Yeah, Judas Priest. And I'll just take it slow, do it like this, since it's spitting out every stinking time. So it's going to be a slow process, probably take a few minutes, but that's okay. There goes my bolt. Let's find out where that thing went. It goes right up to the same cylinder. And I'm not sure if I replaced that one or not. It doesn't look like it because that's not the kind of fitting. It would have been a new line like this other one, so I'll have to tuck that up one of these days. But yeah, I can't get that side door. I can't get to the oil to pull it out because of the way that bar is. I'll have to fab that up this summer and get that all taken care of. That way I can at least be able to get to it. But I've never had any problems with that freezing. This this new Aerodyne, the way these bags are full, every time I go to jack it up, they got to release the air, and then it'll come off of the rubbers that are on there, and it'll just go up. But they're probably froze on there, so that's what I'm thinking. And I don't see this freaking bolt anywhere down here, so that's not good. That is not good. Unless it got caught somewhere else. I don't see it. Shouldn't have any problem seeing this thing because it's brass. And that's the same one I went and dropped off to Randy that he had snapped off when he was working on Big Red, which I need to talk to him and see how that's coming along because I haven't talked to him for a while. But we'll check on him and see what's up, see how his truck's going. So until I get back and jack this thing up, you know, I'll keep on filling this thing up. We'll see if we can get this thing to go up here. Hopefully we don't have any issues. I already got a little bit of the air out of there that was in there when I first started. Right now it's starting to get stiff, so it is catching on this. I already dumped the bags out a little bit. I'm almost positive this thing's froze up here. Sorry about that angle there. If that's all you're seeing is my butt. Yeah, it's frozen on there. It's pulling back down. I don't know if it's coming down. No, let's see. Not going up. I'm almost wondering if this jack is frozen up somewhere in there. That is not moving whatsoever. Get crowbar up in there. This is honestly the first time this has ever happened to me. I've never had this problem before. That's not enough. There we go. Good God, that thing is stiff. There's something going on somewhere. What the fuck is going on? Well, you've got to be kidding me. This thing is not going back down now. Well, this ain't good. Something ain't right. Something is not right. I'm almost wondering if one of these cylinders are froze up or something, because it just ain't going back down either. Huh. Well, I guess it's time to start figuring some things out. We are stuck right here, and took the bolt off to see if I could, you know, how much lube was down, and there's still plenty in there. Nothing started spitting out at me, and I don't know if it's that cylinder or not. So I'm going to crack this line that I just put on, because I'm thinking maybe that's clogged or something. And the debate was, where do I want the shit spraying? So I guess it's going to be right down here. Hopefully you don't get too messy, and you can see all that. I don't know. There, get you up there like that. Right there, that nice silver fitting. I'm gonna crack that and see if it'll come down, because this thing is not coming down. Yeah, I need to get a catch. I'm gonna get my bucket real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just grab this bottle with the little funnel that I use. That way I can just catch it right back in there and get up under here. And just put it right back in there. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to run the air compressor through it, make sure that this isn't clogged up, because maybe this is clogged up. That's all I can think, and everything's just right here, and not letting it go through, but I don't know. And what's odd is it's not coming back down. I guess that's what I find odd about it. If I can, probably should. It's probably still too windy to be able to let this on the ground because that shit'll just be going all over the place. It's still not coming down, so I don't think this is it. I think maybe this cylinder is bad. I don't know. My next move is probably to take a ratchet strap and stick up on the bar and try to get the cab up that way, because I don't see that thing being froze up since it is 40 degrees out, but you never know. Yeah, this is just blowing my mind. It's got to be this cylinder. Probably bad. Yeah, it sucks. Because that'll be a pain in the butt to change. Well, I'll do what I gotta do. I just called dispatcher and let them know that was probably not going to be working today because of this. So that stinks. Alright, now we got it coming on 2 places. Well, that's about it for draining out. Side's right there. Now a drip. See if oh yeah, I got it at the right spot. So I'll take this off and blow the line through and see what's good. Well, we're screwed here. Blew out another line while I was trying to get this thing to jack up. I did use the ratchet strap and stuck up there and tried to crank it, and that's the farther I got it. I'm pretty sure this cylinder over here is toast, so I'm going to try to finagle my way up in there and take that off. That way I can take it to the store. I might be able to get some of those at the country store. I don't know. I've heard of people getting them from there before. If not, I'll have to order some online, and they're about $336 a piece. So now what I need to do is figure out some way to brace this thing up so I can get this off, because I'm going to need to go get another line made. So I may run and do that first before and look around and see if I can't find one of those, because they're about 22 inches. Well, this is where we're at. I've got 2 ratchet straps on there to hold that thing up. I couldn't find any at the country stores. Did get that other line made, which I'm going to throw that on real quick off camera, because I don't want to bore you too much with me throwing that on. And you know, it's just, you know, doing that. So I'm going to put that on. That thing's probably going to sit like that. I did order 2 from Kenworth because I had to call them up, which I had Googled the cab lift cylinders and found a number. But then I was talking to James Pretty. We were texting back and forth, and he had a number too, because he said Tricia did the same thing, because I had sent him a picture of it the way it was sitting up without the straps and stuff on, and he said that Tricia went up about 9 inches and froze up, and he couldn't do anything with it. And that's, you know, he had the part number too, so he gave it to me, and they were the exact same numbers, because the one I had looked up was a PACCAR number. So I called the old Kenworth dealership over in Perrysburg, and they got a couple. Well, I actually called Toledo, and the guy from Toledo put it in for a PO for Perrysburg. So, and he's like, do you want me to put a rush on it? I'm like, what do you mean? He says, do you want to rush or stock? I'm like, what's the difference? He says, rush costs $25, but they'll be there tomorrow. He said, if you do stock, it'll probably be Friday or Monday. And I'm like, put that rush in, dude. 25 bucks ain't gonna kill me, because those things are like $336 a piece online. That's online. Who knows how much are gonna be through the dealership. So I'm pretty much SOL on doing anything. I am almost positive if I took that cylinder off, the thing would probably go back down, but I'm not going to do that anytime soon until I get those new ones. That way I can do all those lines at the same time. That way I remember, you know, which way the lines go on and stuff like that, because you never want to do something and then forget and put the wrong one on, which I don't think I would. I'd probably remember, but just in case, That's what I'm gonna wait to do. So I suppose I'll wash the truck now since it is completely dirty. I mean, I can't get the engine and everything like I want to, and I've got ATF everywhere. I got a chunk of ATF right there. I've got ATF all over my steer tire, and I've got ATF blowing all over inside of there. Oh, I've even got ATF in my dough. So that's gonna need cleaned up too. But I've just got a mess here. And you know, dispatcher texts me and she says, I think it's raining. Yeah, it's raining. Awesome. We're supposed to have some weather come through, and it's coming through right now, so I may need a rain jacket on to do this, but I'll do this right now because it's still the warmest time and I can do it. So yeah, it'll be you know, tomorrow maybe we'll come back and do that. So this could be a to be continued video, which it's gonna be, because I've already got enough time and whatnot, and this doesn't need to be 2 hours long for me doing this, but I'll bring you back when I do that. That way you can see that stuff. So I'm going to clean up some of my mess, get my pressure washer and stuff out and situated, and actually I'm gonna check the weather first and see how much rain I'm supposed to get, because I don't want to be standing out here if it's gonna be like pouring. I don't think it's gonna be pouring, so I'm just gonna do it, and then I'll wash that up and get at least, you know, frame and everything cleaned up and blasted if I can. If not, I guess it may have to wait until tomorrow if I have time, which hopefully those come at a decent time, because it's supposed to be somewhat decent temperature all from right now until tomorrow, until I think Thursday night. It's supposed to cool down and then start to get cold again and shitty. But yeah, at least I'll be able to get some of it done. Some's better than none, to get that salt off, because we don't want to be living the salt life. So I guess until the next time we come back, you know what we say: like, share, subscribe, comment, ring that bell, that way you get notifications for every time I post something. And until the next time, tomorrow, we will see ya.